Well, I came up with the Anti-Faro looking for a reset move of Juan Tamariz's. He had a move that I wanted to be able to get to that position, and that required to get cards to separate, right? To separate. They didn't have to separate one by one, they just had to separate. And I thought long and hard, and I finally thought that this action would do that. And I wasn't looking for a perfect one. But after using it for a few months, I realized, hey, I'm getting actually half of the deck going one by one by one by one in the middle. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. It's difficult, but I do have some pointers that will make it a little bit easier and speed up the learning process by a few years. So again, if you look here and I separate, there's just one mistake at that end, and we have all the cards separated. If the Anti-Faro didn't have to be 100% perfect, there'd be a lot more applications for it. And some people are working just on that it's enough if you get like 2/3 of the deck.
Like my Triumph.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. You might as well do so many other Triumphs, but it's very, very interesting. So I'm glad that
I'm very happy that there are guys like you who, despite my beliefs that it's a fairly useless move, are proving me wrong. That's very, very nice. I mean, it's I just came up with it. I didn't see the potential of it, but it's very nice to see that there are guys out there who are willing to not only put their time and effort into it, but find it pleasant and come up with applications.
Yeah,
that's great.
So that's a nice lesson for all the move monkeys out there that say, you know, this is pointless. Maybe you can't find the point for it, but someone will, you know.
That's a very good point.
I decided to actually come up with some tricks that didn't require you to do a perfect Anti-Faro, but use the Anti-Faro almost as a part of the effect. So the idea of being able to unshuffle cards with this type of technique. It's a trick that actually works with the Anti-Faro.
Very good, Paul. Anyone who ever does this are bound to get mistakes. Even if you found the most perfect deck, you're bound to make a mistake or two. And they're acceptable. They're okay. If you know how you're going to correct them. For instance, compared to the Faro shuffle, if you make a mistake, you're going to have to take the cards back out and shuffle again. But in the Anti-Faro, you can actually have the mistakes and then do the corrections.
At the same time doing this and the other.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so one thing that I would want to, from just learning from doing it, is that I never knew how to fix the mistakes, right, until I met you. So I knew that there was no option for it. I had to do it perfectly. So I tried to come up with ways of how I could get the bottom and the top, because that was giving me the most trouble. So for the bottom one, I think what helps me, and you know, it's a very knacky move, so to each his own, I guess. But what helped me